really couldn't get much better. I'm driving the fantastic Jaguar XKR Cabrio. I've got the sun on my face, the wind in my hair, the leather on my bottom where I like it, and all this could be yours for just £67,000.
James, is this your bank statement? I think I'm buying lunch. When did Jag want the car back?
£67,000.
You could buy a house for that, but not to worry because there are plenty of Cabrios out there for less than a third of the Jag's price.
So, got a family hatchback with a silly little sunroof? For the same money, you could mess your hair up properly. The Fiat Barchetta. Now, you might think we're running this bit of film back to front. Yes, it's only available in left-hand drive, but this one's been converted. However, that can't disguise the fact that it's based on the humble mechanicals of the Punto. Which means, of course, that it's front-wheel drive. Ooh, now, purists will tell you that that's an absolute travesty of proper sports car design. But I wouldn't let it worry you. Yes, the steering can get a bit flighty when you're pressing on really hard, but otherwise, this is just a typical bundle of small Fiat fun. And I love it. It's very stylish too, and it's got a hard cover for the hood. What a brilliant idea. All this is yours for £15,855. Pretty cheap, really. But remember, this is a small car with a small boot, so pack accordingly.
No, well, don't worry about that, because I'm sending my luggage on ahead. Yes, no, that'll be fine. All right, I'll see you shortly. Thanks, bye-bye. Now, if you thought that MG stood for Oldie England and endless sunny days spent tinkering with your big end, then you should try one of these. This is a small sports car with supercar pretensions. It's mid-engined, and this range-topping model has got variable valve timing as well. The £20,670 is a bit pricey, but it's good fun. When it gets going, that is. You see, unfortunately, our JD Power survey revealed that this car spends more time in the garage than any other. It's a good job I got that 99p socket set for Christmas then, hey?
Alternatively, you could try something Japanese. Have you ever noticed how long a Mazda light bulb lasts? Hop in. The Mazda MX-5 is a proper sports car. The engine's in the front, the driving wheels are at the back. It's agile, it's pointable, and from outside, it looks the biz. OK, so putting the tonneau on is like trying to write your name in Japanese. And the interior is a little bit on the dull side, but to be honest, I can always think of something much better to look at.
Yes, like the mystery and wonder of God's creation.
This is a top-of-the-range 1.8, but the 1.6 is just £15,520. Bargain!
Now, do you want to play in the mud or sit in the sun? Well, Land Rover reckons you can do both with the Freelander Softback. This is a pucker off-roader built by the experts, and it's pretty good on-road as well. But I have a complaint.
This car cost £16,570. If I had bought it, I'd want a refund. This isn't a convertible. It's a Land Rover with a tent on the back and a couple of glass panels. The good news is, though, it's got 4 seats. So, if there's a sudden British downpour, it's all hands on deck to erect the awning. Complicated, it's not the word.
Well, yes, it rains a lot in Britain. And here's another possibly related fact. Lots of people have children. But if your offspring are costing you a fortune, don't worry, because 4-up convertible family fun starts at just £15,489. With this, the Fiat Punto Cabriolet. Now, this borders on being a comedy motor car. Your neighbours may laugh at you. Let them. Because when the single stalkless flower of the sun hangs in the inverted blue bowl of the sky, its champion, the Punto's perfect for just, well, butting about.
Renault have given the Megane a facelift, but apart from the front, which now smiles inanely at you, it looks pretty much the same. I do, and I always have, like these speedster-inspired humps. And under the humps lurks a very good hood. Raise this roof, in fact, and you've got a car that's almost as good as a tin top. But of course, you don't want the roof up, you want the roof down. The only problem then is that it exposes the dullest interior this side of Kidderminster. But what's it like to drive? Let's find out. Well, the steering's a bit floppy and the gear change's a bit obstructive, but it has got an eager engine. If I sound a bit uninspired, that's because I am for £17,900. I can think of better ways to ruin your hairdo.
Who the VW Golf? That old chestnut. I'm suddenly feeling all grown up. Hang on, I am grown up. That'll be why I like the Golf's tasteful exterior styling and these crisp, high-quality interior fittings. But it's beginning to look a bit like a modern classic rather than the trendsetter that it once was. It's based on an old-shaped Golf. Look at the size of the stowed hood. Looks like somebody dumped an old mattress on there while I was in the deli. This is the 1.6 SE. It will cost Quentin 18,025 of his pounds. It's expensive, but it feels worth it. Not as stylish as it was then, but it still has substance. And people say that about me.
Really? Now, the French used to like nothing better than chopping heads off, and this tradition continues with the Peugeot 306 Decapitable. This is a Cabrio for sun worshippers and driving enthusiasts alike. Fine handling with good meaty steering. And this drop top is also drop-dead gorgeous.
So why is this French car so pretty?
Because the French had nothing to do with it. It's the work of Pininfarina, Italians.
This pretty pug has the most sophisticated hood here. It's fully electric and it's got a cover, so you won't spoil those pretty Italian lines and you won't need your nail file, love. However, that sophistication comes at a price. This is the most expensive of our chopped hatchbacks.
£20,470.
But I can't believe they spent any of that money on the dash.
And I can't believe it's not wood.
I reckon that this is the best full-size Cabrio in our group. For a snip over 20 grand, you get style, panache, and what looks like real walnuts. Gets my vote.
But not mine. I only seem to need 2 seats, as I hope to make clear in a minute. So, I'm going to go for the small Mazda. It's the second cheapest car here, and it's still the most fun. But remember, whatever you choose, cabrios are cool. So now, as they're always saying in car magazines at this time of year, let's go topless. What do you say, Julia?
I agree. I like to end on a cliché.